It's about the I got to say, it's the stupidest thing in sports.
Gets the ball, gets back, pulls up for the win. Got it! Detroit basketball. Oh, Holloman looks the clock. Half court for the win. Oh! The Lions go for it. The Vikings bring it. The pass is a touchdown to give. Javi Baez homered earlier. First one in the air, deep left field again. Yes, Tigers win. Javi is unstoppable.
This is BS Sports.
And away we go. Here we are. Game 6. Pistons still trying to stay alive. And once again, the Pistons find themselves as favorites on the road in Orlando. Have to have it game. Minus 3.5 point favorites, 4-point favorites in Orlando for Detroit. And the other big factor in this game is once again, the Orlando Magic will be without Franz Wagner. Once again, they'll be out one of their top defenders after Cade just dropped a 40 bomb on Orlando on Wednesday night. Also, the Game 7, if necessary, announcement of the time, it would be Sunday at 3:30. So we would get a mid-afternoon game if the Pistons do win the game tonight. But again, the analytics are in Detroit's favor. They've been in Detroit's favor all series. 65.5% win probability, according to ESPN. All series, every single game. I don't think there's been you could be wrong, but I don't think there's been a singular game this series where the Pistons were not both favored to win according to Vegas and had a higher win probability according to ESPN's analytics. But here we are. You know, you're obviously going to need a great game from Cade. You can't have the turnovers you had last time you played in the Kia Center. But further, you're going to need some guys to step up. Tobias Harris is going to be, he was able to, he got hurt a little bit last game. He's able to play. He's probably going to be a little bit, he's going to be a little sore. That's the playoffs, man. That's what it is. Guys are playing hurt. Guys are playing sore. You're going to have to deal with it. Obviously, he's doing a lot better than Franz Wagner, who is not going to be playing. Yeah, Wagner was out last game, but he's also at this game, Chris Page. So it's not even just like the writing is on the wall here for the Pistons to force a Game 7 potentially. Okay, probably need to get some of the other guys going. Yeah, he's going to need it. For sure. We've been waiting all series. Is this the game that Jalen Duren finally turns it? Probably not. I mean, it just seems like this is a bad matchup for him at the very least. If not, he's just unable to perform in the clutch. But either way, we'll see. Is Detroit gonna get? Yeah, I mean, the lack of assists. That's a good point. That's what I was just about to say. Is Detroit going to get back into its bread and butter, which is some of the lob games, some of the assists game? I mean, Cade Cunningham, one of the best at it in the NBA. Is that where they're going to turn to? I don't know. The crowd is obviously going to be a factor in Orlando, but you got to also think this crowd in Orlando is probably going to be a little antsy. If Detroit gets off to a hot start like they did in Detroit, in the last game, if they can get up to 17 points early in this first half, what is Jalen Suggs doing? What is this? Is he praying? Why is he? Okay. All right. I'm not going to fault the man for praying, but that's a weird look. He's leaning on the back of the net there. Yeah, I mean, you're going to need probably a really big game defensively from Ausar Thompson as well. He was a major factor in that win in Game 5 to extend the series. Here's the thing, though. I'll just say this, and maybe you can call me a homer, you can call me a fanboy. I think if the Pistons win this game, they are very well going to win this series. Like, the momentum will have fully swung. Orlando will have all the pressure on. They'll be going back to Detroit. That crowd is going to be an absolute zoo. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you how I feel. What do we got calling this game? Is that Kevin Harlan? We got Kevin Harlan on the call for Amazon Prime. Also, by the way, there will not be another game in this series on NBC. Sunday's game will be on ABC. So maybe the Pistons are avoiding the NBC curse. I don't know. The Magic trying to get their first playoff series victory in 16 years. The Pistons just trying to stay alive, trying to get their first playoff series victory in longer than that. The NBC Magnet Ball. Oh, good point. Something, yeah, maybe it was something about the NBC broadcast, man. We play better on Prime for some reason. That's the thing. Both of the Pistons wins have been on Amazon Prime. Or no, that's not true. One of the Pistons wins was on ESPN. The other was on Prime. Now we're on Prime again, and then we'll be on ABC, which is just ESPN, but it'll be cable instead of, or it'll be network, not cable. I don't know if that might be the same thing. It'll be the local it'll be local TV and not cable. I don't know. I don't really know what cable is. I'm gonna be honest. Meanwhile, Tigers are down 1-0 after the first inning. Jack Flaherty on the bump. He's already given up a couple of hits with the RBI. Tigers need to win this series. Come on. Let's start the homestand with a win. Had a rough time on the road, losing both series. Got to get it done. It's a nice view of the park, although there's some dark-looking clouds in Comerica. I don't think it's going to rain, though. It hasn't rained all day. It's just been gloomy. Been a gloomy Friday. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I could not hear the broadcast. Had to turn up a little bit. Also, by the way, I apologize if you hear some background noise. I have the dishwasher going. I have the dryer going. They will eventually stop. Just, I don't know when. Yeah, that's true. It was good management there by JB. He's got to. He can't coach himself out of this game too. Got to have better. Got to have the same strategy he had in the last game. You got to be able to attack it. Attack, Jamal Cain with Cade being there as basically Cain as the replacement. This is and also you got to be able to stop Paolo Banchero. I mean, let us not forget that Paolo Banchero almost single-handedly won that game for the Magic on Wednesday night. I mean, the beginning of that game in Detroit, it definitely felt like a series extending game. With all the fouls, it did give the feeling of like okay, here we go. That's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I think it might be, Chris. Wagner is a huge part of that team, especially on defense. He was forcing a lot of those turnovers that Cade had. It's a big thing. And again, all the pressure right now is on Orlando. This is the last home game for Orlando in this series. They lose this game, it could be their final home game of the season as they come back to the LCA in Detroit on Sunday. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, that is another strategy, Jorge, with the Paolo can have his, but the rest of their team is not going to beat us. Which to me, it could work if the rest of our team performs, right? Like if Duran, if Asar, if Tobias performs, but the rest of their team doesn't perform, and Cade obviously is Cade, then yeah, the Pistons are going to win the game if it's only Paolo Banchero really doing the scoring for Orlando. If they can't get help from their bench, if they can't get help from the rest of their starting five, Oh, well, there you go. History might be repeating itself, Chris. Obviously, back in 2003, the Pistons were down 3-1 to the Magic, came back and won the series, went to the Eastern Conference Finals. That was the team act. It feels good to be in the second round, and it, in fact, did not. It did not feel good to be in the second round for Tracy McGrady because he didn't make it to the second round. Yeah. Former Piston, Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady, former Piston. People forget he played for the Pistons for like a year. People think of him as a Houston Rocket in Orlando, but yeah. I sure hope not. I sure hope we don't see more Baines shenanigans, but I, in a way, I think it's just the way that the Pistons are playing it. They're just like, okay, fine, we'll let you try and shoot your threes. We're just going to bet on you missing. We're going to bet on, the numbers, averaging out at a certain point that you're just not going to hit that many threes, but we're not going to let you score easy baskets underneath the rim or in the paint area. Let them live and die by the three. Spurs. I forgot about I didn't know he played for the Spurs. He's an interesting player, Tracy McGrady, because I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but he feels like a Hall of very good. Now you got me on a Tracy McGrady roll. He definitely feels like a he is in the Hall of Fame. Man, he doesn't feel like it though. Really? When did he get in the Hall of Fame? When did he get inducted? 2017? That's crazy. He doesn't feel like a Hall of Fame player, though. I mean, like, I get it, but I don't know. I don't really respect the NBA Hall of Fame anyway. He had those All-Stars and All-NBAs, but still, I don't know. Wait, when was he on the Spurs? He was on the Hawks. Hey, he was never on the Spurs. He's on Houston, Orlando, Toronto, Detroit, Atlanta, and New York. And never on the Spurs. We are definitely lucky to have Mason. Because no offense to you, Chris, but your guys is the Magic's like on-court announcer. It's bad. It's bad. Mason is in a class of his own. He is so iconic. He's so cool. I don't care. Some people don't like it. Some people think it's annoying. Mason he's a Detroit staple. It wouldn't be Pistons basketball without Mason. Pistons still wearing their white uniforms. They have not changed the unis all series. Magic wearing their black with the blue top unis. And the starting lineup for Detroit has been the same as all series. Robinson, Thompson, Cunningham, Harris, and Duren. And, of course, Jamal Cain in for the injured Franz Wagner, but the rest is the same for Orlando as well. So here we go. Pistons and the Magic. Game 6. Pistons trying to even up the series for the first time since Game 2. To bring it to a Game 7 in Detroit. Pistons were down by 3-1. They made it 3-2 on Wednesday night. Why does he have the ball all the way over there? Okay, there we go. It's like, what is bro doing? Okay, here we go. Carter Jr. and Duren on the jump ball, and Duren wins it to Duncan Robinson. Now Cade's got it. We're underway. Cade, bounce pass into Asar. Thompson with Suggs on him. He stops, throws it over to Robinson. Robinson looking for a lane, nearly lost it, threw it over to Cade, and it's knocked out, and it'll go out of bounds on Orlando in the back court with 4.6 to shoot it. Detroit's going to have to inbound it from underneath the opposite side of the court. Jamal Mosley is 0-2 in closeout games, and it's going to be another Ball knocked out of bounds by Orlando, but now with 1.5 seconds to shoot, Detroit's going to get a shot clock violation here. 1.5 seconds to shoot. They got to just airmail it. And he does. It's intercepted. Here comes Jamal Cain for Orlando. Carter Jr. now has it. Over to Banchero. Paolo driving on Cade. He jumps up and he's fouled. Boy, it's kind of foggy in the Kia Center. I don't know if it's just the broadcast. It looks like there's like smoke or something. Oh, okay. That's weird. Okay. I was just looking at regular season. I didn't realize he had a different. How did he get up? How did he get on the Spurs in the postseason? Paolo will make the first free throw, and Orlando has taken the lead. It's 1-0. The first point of this game is a free throw from Paolo Banchero. Dropped over 40 points in a Game 5 loss as the rebound is tipped to Desmond Bane. Here come the Magic. Banchero over to Carter. Carter driving. Carter forced a pass over to Suggs. Suggs going to put up a three. It's in and out. No good. Duren with the rebound. Boy, that was close to going down. Harris has it. Tobias will drive and he'll get fouled. Jalen Suggs called for an early foul there. And these refs, they are not letting them play early right now. Early fouls. 2 out of the 3 starting possessions resulting in a whistle. Cade has it at the logo. Kane is on him. Inside to Robinson. Robinson thought about putting up a shot. Did a little spin move. Robinson laying it up. Robinson won't get it, but the jump back in from Duren is good. Pistons got a 2-1 lead. Carter thought about a 3. Stopped. Now he'll throw it over to Bane. Bane's going to try a 3, and that one will go. Orlando's back on top. 4-2, 2-point lead for the Magic. Largest lead for any team of the night. Still early, though. Cade has it. Cade with Bane on him. Can't quite get inside. Cade now with a spin move. Boy, I'm surprised he didn't get called for a walk there. He missed the shot, though, so it won't matter as Orlando has the rebound. Suggs will drive on a pass. Bounce over to Jamal Cain for a 3, and it's through. Orlando's up 7-2. Not the start you wanted for Detroit. They're down 5 in an elimination game. 2 threes already for Orlando. Cade has it. Cade will drive. Cade will put up a shot. It won't go, but he's fouled. And that should be a trip to the free throw line for Cade Cunningham. The scoring has started early for Orlando. It looks very smoky. Okay, I'm glad it's not just me. It looks really smoky in the Kia Center. And Cade hits the first free throw to make it a 4-point game. It's the second one. It'll be a one-possession game. Down by 3 if he makes this shot. And he missed it. 4-point lead for Orlando. And they have the ball. Jalen Suggs. Over to Banchero. Paolo has it. Hands it back over to Bane. Bane thought about a 3. Stop. Now back over to Suggs. Right back over to him. Carter over for a 3. Wide open. Won't go. Tobias with the rebound. Harris finds a lane. Look at Tobias Harris go. Hook shot. It's good. Lead cut down to 2 for Orlando. It's 7-5. That was a nice move from Tobias Harris. Here come the Magic. Banchero will drive, and he will get stopped right there at the line as Duren turns the ball over. Jamal Cain has it. Look out, Wendell Carter. He will slam it down, and the lead is now 4. Bad turnover by Jalen Duren. Gives 2 easy points. Right back to a 4-point game. Cunningham. Carter Jr. on him. Cunningham will drive. Cunningham nearly lost the ball. Got it right back. Now Harris has it. Harris with another hook shot. That will go on the putback. I believe that was Jalen Duren. It's 9-7. There might have been Asar Thompson. There's a series of Pistons players in there. Bane thought about the three, won't go. Carter has it now. And I believe there was a whistle. Duncan Robinson called for an early foul. Yeah, it was okay. It was Asar Thompson who hit the putback on the Tobias Harris layup. Bane with a bad pass that goes into the back court. 4 to shoot. Boncaro moving quickly. 2 to shoot. He puts up a prayer. It won't go. Tobias with the rebound. Pistons down by 2. They can tie it or take a lead. Tobias driving to the basket. Tobias puts up a shot. It won't go. And Thompson fighting for it. It'll be out of bounds on Orlando. Or out of bounds on Detroit, rather. Eesh. That was an opportunity that was unsuccessful. Boncaro, Cade's on him. Now Thompson on him. Boncaro with a move to Carter, who will slam it down again. Right back to a 4-point game. Cade has it. Cade driving on Boncaro. Cade stopped there, had to throw it out to Tobias. Harris putting up a 3. He got it. Uncle T cutting the lead down to 1. It's 11-10. Tobias Harris leading the scoring for the Pistons. Boncaro has it. His team's up 1. Thompson on him now. Thompson pass out to Carter. Boncaro thought about the 3. He will stop. Now he throws it out to Jamal Cain, who lost the ball. It's going to be out of bounds on Orlando. Duncan Robinson was on defense and forced a turnover. Don't get to say that too often, at least not in this series. But under 7 to go. Pistons are down 1, trying to force a game 7. Okay, all right. Not happy with the result right now. It's 1-point deficit, but they're in the game. Just gotta get back into it. Just gotta get into control here. Can't be giving up those big threes. As Wenzel Perez grounds out, the Tigers' second inning is over. Still down 1-0 to the Rangers. Some ominous looking clouds were in the city of Detroit. It's a cold day. Cold May day in Detroit. I mean, at least it was cold here. Also would like to see some offensive rebounds. That would be nice. Extend possessions. Yeah, Tobias Harris was talking to the referee. Wonder what he was talking about. Yeah. Well, still plenty of game left, so there's not much to take away other than these teams are pretty dead even. Gonna need Cade to really turn it on though. Cade, has Cade scored yet? No, Cade had the 1 point. He had the free throw. But Cade has not done much. But then again, neither has Boncaro. Who is this? Oh. I'm just hoping that this game is not a snooze fest, one way or the other. Obviously, I want the Pistons to win, but I don't even know what I'm looking at. Oh, okay. Ay. Flaherty just gave up a solo home run to Danny Jansen. It's 2-0 Rangers. Anyway, here comes Janice Jenkins. He's checked into this game for the first time tonight. Bounce pass into Asar. Thompson back over to Robinson. Robinson thought about the three, then dumped it over to Duran, who dunks it down, and the Pistons got their first lead of the night, 12-11. Duncan Robinson totally duped the defense of Orlando with that fake three pass into Jalen Duran. Sar Thompson on Paolo. Paolo rather, throws it out to Suggs. Suggs nearly lost the ball, now throws it out to Paolo for a three. It won't go, and Duran has the rebound. Here comes Tobias Harris and the Pistons. Harris at the paint, throws it out to Jenkins, who lobs it up front to Duran, who lays it up and lays it in. Look out for Jalen Duran. He's off to a hot start. 14-11. Boncaro with Harris on him. Boncaro will drive. Boncaro will be fouled, but he missed the shot. He'll head to the free throw line. Back-to-back possessions for Detroit. Scores Jalen Duran. Duran has averaged just 10 points a game this series with less than 10 boards. As the first free throw from Boncaro is good to make it a 2-point game. Second free throw is no good. And Tobias Harris with the rebound. Jenkins has it. Jenkins getting some press. Now Jenkins driving to the basket. Jenkins with a fadeaway jumper. It's good. A beauty from Dennis Jenkins. Desmond Bane throwing it around. Now Bane's got it again. Bane driving to the basket, and he hits the shot. Wow, a floater that just stayed perfectly where he needed it to be and drops into the basket. It's 16-14 Detroit. Harris has it. Tobias playing the point. He's got 12 to shoot. He hands it off to Robinson. Robinson once again passing off of what would be a three, and Tobias puts up a shot, and he's fouled. Tobias put up a three, and Wendell Carter Jr. fouled him. Whoa. Let's see. Foot is behind the line. And yeah, he whacks at the hand of Tobias Harris. So Harris draws contact, and he'll get 3 free throws. Uncle T. And he missed the first one. So the lead will remain 2 for now. Harris has averaged almost 20 points a game in this series, or in the playoffs, which is crazy. He does up his performance in the postseason. He's got 2 more free throws coming, though. And he hits that one. It's now a 3-point lead for Detroit. Here comes Cade Cunningham, Bataze, and Jamal Cain. Appears to be all the substitutions. And Paolo Banchero also going to the bench. I'm not sure what's going on. Is there going to be another substitution? No, Isaiah Stewart has come in. Stewart has 2.6 blocks. That's third most by any bench player since 2000 in the playoffs. Over 2.5 blocks a game. And Harris misses the second free throw, or misses the third free throw, so we get just 1 point off those 3 chances. Anthony Black on it. Over to Desmond Bane. Bane will drive. Bane puts up a floater. It's no good. Rebound. Oh, thought it went to Cade, but Bane comes away with it. Bane over to Bataze. Stewart's on him. Bataze toss over to Black. Black throws it over to, I'm not sure who that is, but he's losing the ball, and they're going to call a shot clock violation. Was that Jalen Suggs? I don't know who that was, but either way, it's Pistons ball, up 3. There is Franz Wagner in street clothes. Cade has it. Cunningham at the logo, throws it out to Harris or to Thompson. Thompson in the paint. Thompson slows down. He will toss it inside to Harris. Look out for Tobias Harris. Could not draw contact, though. He missed the shot. Magic with the ball. Kane over to Suggs. Black over to Suggs. Suggs puts up a 2. That's not Suggs, is it? That's a different Carter. I've never even seen him all series. But he made the shot. It's a 1-point game, 17-16. Thompson looking for somebody. Gets it over to Robinson. He's going to try a 3-ball. That will not go. Bataze with the board. Javon Carter? Yeah, I guess so. Black with a 2-pointer to put the Magic up, and he hits it. All of those missed opportunities for the Pistons, including those missed free throws from Tobias Harris, all result in the Magic rallying their way back. Both teams, though, shooting 7 for 13 from the field. Thompson will drive. Thompson throws it out to Robinson. He's going to try a 3 himself, and he hits it. Pistons back on top by 2, 20-18. Duncan Robinson with his first 3. Magic are 2 for 6. Pistons 2 for 3 from behind the arch. Here's another shot for it. It won't go. Bataze with the rebound. Bataze tries it. He won't get it. It's going to be out of bounds on Orlando, and the Orlando crowd can't believe it. But they're gonna change the call. It's going to be out of bounds on the Pistons. It didn't look like it was outside. Well, the Pistons haven't really shot that many threes, at least compared to Orlando. But yeah, you got to get that rebound. That's some tough rebounding. That's some bad rebounding. Meanwhile, Tigers down 2-0, top of the third, 2 men on, nobody out. Jack Flaherty is just, he's just a shell of himself. Not that he was ever all that good. And he just walked the bases loaded. So now Rangers have the bases loaded and nobody out. Yeesh. What is this commercial? This is weird. I hope so, man. I hope we can get Troy Melton back. Or Justin Verlander at this point. Not that Verlander was all that good in his one start, but can we, this Flaherty is just, It doesn't look good, man. I mean, this is at least pitifully or happily, this is the last year of his deal here. He will never quite match his first run in Detroit. That was definitely his best season, and he hasn't really been able to recapture that since. A little bit last year, but never consistently. The boys. Never seen an episode of The Boys. Not once. And now it's 3-0. What did he do? He walked the base runner? Wow. Last time the Magic have closed the playoff series at home was in 2009 in the Eastern Conference Finals. They would go on to lose those finals, I believe, to the Lakers. I think that was the Dwight Howard finals team. Orlando will inbound it with 14 to shoot. Suggs gets it into De Silva. De Silva will drive, then throw it out, and knocked out of bounds by Karis LeVert with 9 to shoot. It's a nice effort there from Karis, his first showing of the quarter and of the game. Yeah, that's right. The other Wagner. Forget about Mo Wagner. De Silva puts up a 2 and the game is tied. 20-20. Cade Cunningham with the ball. Cunningham trying to find a lane. He's just going to try a 3, and he hits it. Cunningham drains it. 23-20. Pistons back up 3. Boncaro will drive. Boncaro throws it back. De Silva has it. De Silva with an open lane. De Silva tried to lay it up. It won't go. And it's going to be out of bounds on Orlando. He couldn't get the roll. Rolled right off of the rim. Isaiah Stewart was not going to let him get that basket. And here come the Pistons. Jenkins will bring it up. Javonte Green also in the game. Cade, he's going to try a 3. He's feeling it. It won't go. Jalen Suggs with the rebound. Suggs with LeVert on him. Suggs over to Boncaro. Right back over to De Silva for a 3 to tie it. He hits it. Orlando pretty much only hitting 3s. That's what it feels like, at least. But they're 3 for 8. The Pistons 3 for 5. Cade throws it out to Dennis Jenkins. He's going to try a 3, and he hits it! Dennis Jenkins! Now the Pistons are starting to rain down 3s. Suggs over to De Silva. Right back over to Boncaro. Boncaro looking for somebody. He gets it to Anthony Black. A little bit of traffic there at the logo. Boncaro's got it back. He's in the paint. Boncaro will try. His shot will be knocked back. De Silva's going to try a 3. It won't go. Nice rebound by Javonte Green. It bounced off of Suggs, but Stewart was there to pick it up. Final minute of the first quarter. Pistons are up 3, trying to extend it. Jenkins. Ooh, I think he thought about the 3. He thought against it. Now Jenkins with Batase on him. Jenkins will drive. His shot is blocked. Batase with the block. Here come the Magic. Anthony Black tried to lob it, and they're going to say it's out of bounds on the Pistons as Cunningham got in front of it. Nearly intercepted, but that's quite the block there from Batase, the big fella. Not exactly a favorable matchup for Dennis Jenkins. Boncaro with it. Boncaro with 30 seconds. Suggs has it. He's got it low to the ground. Suggs will drive on Jenkins. Suggs in the paint. That was a physical move to knock down Jenkins, but no foul. And Batase slams it down to to make it a 1-point game. No foul called. Seemed like it could have been a charge or at least a foul on Jenkins, but nothing was called. 10 to 10 the quarter. No shot clock. Cunningham has the ball at the logo. Cunningham out to Green. Over to Karis LeVert. LeVert puts up a shot at the buzzer. It will not go. In and out. Just missed it. But after one, the Pistons holding on to a 1-point lead. Trying to stave off elimination, 26 to 25. That actually might be the first Dennis Jenkins 3 of the series. I could be wrong about that, but it certainly feels that way. It's now 4-0 Rangers over the Tigers, top of the third, by the way. Jack Flaherty is terrible. I don't know. There's nothing more you can say about it. I don't like this Patron skeleton commercial directed by Guillermo del Toro. I don't like the skeletons. They scare me. They frighten me. Yeah, I don't really like how that final possession ended. I don't like how in the final seconds, Karis LeVert is the guy with the ball. Like, I mean, if you're Cade, you in a way you just got to take the final shot. I don't get passing it up. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, he did pass it to Green, and then Green just passed it right back to LeVert. I don't who Asia Wilson is. I don't know who she is. I couldn't tell you what team she played for. Does anybody know? They make these commercials as if you're supposed to know. I mean, what was funny, Jorge, is that in the pregame they were showing like shoot around, and they showed Ron Holland. I was like, why are you showing him? He's not gonna play. He hasn't played since game 2, I think. I think that was the last time he was on the floor. Kevin Huerter in street clothes, but not like he's like making much of an impact anyway. Nobody said together except Jamal Mosley. That was awkward looking. He said together on 3, 1, 2, 3, and he was the only one who said together. I swear, I'm not. Anybody else hear that? Suggs has it on the inbound. Magic are down 1. 26 to 25 after the first quarter. Banchero with Stewart on him. Over to Suggs. 10 to shoot. Suggs bounce pass to Banchero. He'll try a 2, and he hits it. Orlando right back on top. It's a 1-point lead for the Magic. 27-26. 11 and a half to go in the half. Cade Over to Robinson. Nearly had it swiped away by Black. Throws it over to Paul Reed, who tried a three. What in the world? So Paul Reed is in the game. There's some strange rotations in this game. I don't know why he's trying a three. Anthony Black will drive and pitch it out to Boncaro. Right back over to Suggs. He'll try a three. It won't go, but Boncaro on the rebound. It bounced right back to him. De Silva thought about the three. He will drive. De Silva with a floater. It will go. He got the roll, and it's now a 3-point lead for Orlando. I don't know why Paul Reed is in this early. So some interesting rotations for JB Bickerstaff. Cunningham over to Levert. Levert's going to try a three to tie it. It does not go, but Paul Reed's there on the rebound. Back over to Duncan Robinson. He's going to try a three to tie it. That won't go. Paul Reed knocks it out, but does not get the rebound. It goes to De Silva. Is a 3-point lead for Orlando, looking to extend it. There's a whistle away from the ball. It's, guess who? Duncan Robinson. I'm just confused by this five-man set right now. You have Levert, Paul Reed, Isaiah Stewart. That's three guys who really aren't known as scorers when you're down. Boncaro with Stewart on him. Boncaro will drive. Boncaro now in the paint. Puts up a shot. It won't go. Rebound to Bataze. That one will off the glass. It is a 5-point lead for Orlando. The Pistons had led this game going into the second quarter by 1. Inside to Paul Reed. Paul Reed trying to get the shot off. He won't, but he will be fouled. Bataze called for the contact. I'm still not quite understanding why Paul Reed is in this early. I mean, not that Jalen Durham was playing, amazing, but he had 6 points in the first quarter. Wasn't like he was playing poorly. Cade inbounds it to Robinson. Cade has it now. Cade driving on Black. Cade gets it to the glass. It won't go, but somehow Paul Reed has it. Paul Reed puts up a hook shot, and that goes. B-ball Paul makes it a one-possession game. 31-28. What just happened? Some sort of shot clock malfunction. I mean, B-ball Paul is definitely putting in the effort right now. Anthony Black trying to step back three. No go. And Bataze again with the rebound. Bataze is tearing it up right now. He had been so quiet for the majority of this series. The Magic now offensive rebounds at 7 to the Pistons 4 with 8 second chance points. They lead by 6. Or by 5, excuse me. Cunningham in the paint. Fadeaway jumper won't go. Whistle, off-ball foul. It's going to be on Detroit. I mean, this is not looking good in this second quarter. Pistons were keeping themselves in it in the first. Now it's not looking too hot. Jalen Duren is checking back in. The Paul Reed experiment is over. Jenkins. Suggs is on him. Suggs will drive. He'll put up a floater. It won't go. Duren has it. Now Harris has it. Harris will drive. He will put up a shot. It won't go. Duren with the rebound, and he won't get it in. And no foul called. I thought I heard a whistle. That one, there was a whistle, and that one will go. Anthony Black, and now the Magic are starting to roll. And this is feeling an awful lot like the last time the Pistons were in this arena. That's a good point. I hadn't even realized Noah Sarr Thompson for quite a while. Now the Pistons are really going to have to play from behind here. They have scored just 2 points this quarter, and the Magic have taken over. They're going to be up by, what was that, 8? If he makes this free throw, which he does. 8-point lead for Orlando. Pistons going to have to be in comeback mode for the rest of this quarter. Robinson over to Duren. Duren pushing on Carter Jr. Duren puts up a shot. It will not go. Does not get the roll. Jalen Duren. Now a 3 from Banchero will not go. Robinson fighting for the ball. They're gonna call a jump ball. I mean, you got to give Robinson some credit for fighting for the ball, but he's going to have to jump against Wendell Carter. This does not bode well. And the crowd in Orlando is really rocking. They're trying to get their first series win in over a decade. And the jump ball is won by Orlando. Bane thought about the 3. He will instead just drive and lay it up and in off the glass. The lead is now 10 for Orlando, and the Pistons call a TO. A 15-2 run for Orlando has put them up by 10. 38-28, 7:46 to go in the half. We have 1 assist from Dennis Jenkins. He's our assist leader. That is not good. Not looking good. I mean, you wouldn't think Franz Wagner wasn't playing. There really hasn't been that much of a drop-off, at least compared to Game 5. It's not the white flag. Oh, boy. Detroit fan, we're already waving the white flag. I hope not, man. It's a 10-point lead, but it's very early. Maybe not very early. We're almost halfway through the second quarter. How about just regular early? Just regular early. The Pistons have not won a back-to-back playoff games, by the way. I don't think since 2008. Actually, maybe they did against the Knicks. No, because they didn't win at home. No, because it was they won or they lost a game, then they won, and they went back home, and then they lost, and then they lost. It was the same thing as this game or this series. Like this is the game where they can switch how it went last year. Yeah, game 2 and game 5. So it's same as this. Same as this. Literally the same as this series. We've won the same games. And it doesn't look good. Yeah, just reverse look at yeah. What? What are they chanting? What are they chanting? Thompson has it. Thompson underneath the basket throws it over to Harris. Harris in the paint has to get rid of it. He chucks it up. It doesn't go. Out of bounds on Detroit. That is not how you come out of a timeout. Down 10. And a swipe by Cade, but unable to come away with it. Jalen Suggs going to try a step back 3, and it goes. 13-point lead, 41-28, an 18-2 run in the last 5.5 minutes. Brutal. Cunningham puts up a shot. It will finally go. Mercifully, the lead is down to 11. Bane is back with it. Bane puts up a 3. That goes. And now they are not missing from deep. Lead is now 14 for the Magic. Cunningham with Jamal Cain on him. Cunningham throws it over to Tobias. Tobias going to try a 3. Won't go. Suggs has it. Bounce pass into Boncaro, who throws it back out to Carter for a 3, and they hit it. I mean, it does not get any more unreal than this. 3 threes in a row for Orlando. The Pistons have made just 1 or 2 baskets total in the quarter. Here comes Harris driving to the paint, hits it off the glass. Cuts the lead down to 5. Or cuts the lead down to 15, I should say. I wish it cut the lead down to 5. Boncaro with the ball. Boncaro throws it out. Carter thought about a 3, trips, and he's fouled by Jalen Duren. I mean, what exactly? It wasn't like they were leaving him wide open for those 3s. Much of them were contested. Except for the last one to Carter, but he's not exactly a sharpshooter. And a bad pass by Orlando on the inbound results in a turnover. Jamal Cain was spinning looking for that ball. Pistons missed 12 of their last 15 field goals, and the Magic went on a 24-6 run. Pistons going to have to reverse their favors right now if they want to get into this. Just 7 points from the bench for Detroit, 20 for Orlando as a foul is called on Desmond Bane. I believe it was, or maybe Jamal Cain. So you would say you want to get to the Magic's bench, but they've been killing it. If not for the Magic's bench, they wouldn't be leading this game. Cade with a step-back jumper. Does not go. Thompson with the rebound, though. Cade thought about the 3. Cade will instead drive to the basket, put up a layup, and it goes. Lead is now down to 13. Suggs to the basket. Suggs puts up something. And they're going to call a foul on Duncan Robinson. They are feasting on him. Duncan Robinson is playing himself out of a Pistons uniform in this postseason. That's for sure. He puts up a free throw, and it's good. Suggs' second free throw is good. Lead is back up to 15. Pistons need to go on a run to make things interesting, and they're going to call a out of bounds on Orlando. And the one thing you couldn't afford was to come out sloppy in this game in Orlando. You had to come out clean like you did in Detroit. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they are coming out clean. They're just going to try to get back into this game slowly but surely. Jenkins on the inbound. Over to Javante. Thompson now has it. Thompson. Over to Jenkins. Dennis Jenkins lobs up a high pass to Tobias. Tobias will force up a jumper, and it's good. Lead down to 13, 49-36. He's got 10 points already, does Tobias Harris. Black has it. Over to Bane. Bane, there's going to be an offensive foul. Wendell Carter called for it. Now, this is a time for Detroit. Take advantage of this. Offense is quieted down for Orlando. You got to get yourself back into this. You don't have to get it all back at once. But you do got to gain some ground with a little over 4 minutes to go in the half. Jenkins at the logo. Jenkins hands it over to Jalen Duren. Jenkins now back with it. He's going to try to three, and that won't go. Rebound will end up with Orlando. Black over to Bane. Bane back over to Black. Black right back over to Bane. A game of catch between the two. Bane will put up a floater. It is not a good-looking shot, but De Silva comes away with it somehow. And Orlando has another shot at it. Carter over to Bane. He's going to put up a three, and it goes. And that's what you can't afford to give up in that spot. You gave up the offensive rebound, and then you give him an extra 3 points. Thompson underneath the basket. He lays it up and lays it in. So it is now a 14-point game. So you're not gaining ground. Desmond Bane. Fadeaway two, and it goes. Ball just willed its way into the basket. 16-point lead for Orlando. Pistons have not been able to get much closer in this second quarter. They were leading going into the second quarter by 1. They're calling an offensive foul. This is an atrocious start to this game for Orlando. Or did I say for Orlando? I said for Detroit. I meant for Detroit. Well, it's not looking good, guys. You got a lot of time left to play, but it's not looking good. And this is what happens when you go down 3-1 to a team that you should have beaten in 5 games. You got to play perfect down the stretch. It also is a sign of the times when your leading scorer right now in the half is Tobias Harris. Cade Cunningham's not having a great game. He's not scoring. He's had a couple of nice moments, but just not putting it all together. The whole team's not putting it all together, but Cade, especially as the leader, if he's not, leading you, you're probably not winning. As can be seen in the way this game is going. There have been a couple of nice defensive possessions, but yeah, that whole start to the second quarter, that was ugly. Couldn't score, couldn't get a stop. All those threes in a row, too. That was bad. That was real bad. Yeah, well, Bane's been doing it all series, so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. All right. Wow. Point spread right now in live betting, if you care about it, is minus 10.5 for Orlando. They'll have no choice, I think. I mean, the approach they took last offseason obviously didn't result in any sorts of gains. They're going to have to try something else. I mean, the lack of scoring has really caught up with them. And this is not to say they can't win this game and thus win this series, but they're going to have to really turn it on defensively and just be perfect, basically. De Silva over to Banchero. Banchero driving into the paint. Banchero will put up a shot and somehow it lands. Yeah, well, now you're looking at an 18-point deficit, guys. Thompson over to Harris. Back over to Thompson. Asar over to Cade. Cade trying to drive. Throws it back out to Thompson. Nearly lost it. Javonte Green kept it. 5 to shoot. Thompson into the paint. Thompson throws it over to Tobias. He puts up a 3. It won't go. And this is living and dying by the sword, which is the Pistons team. If they can't get defense, and they likely can't get scoring, this is what it looks like. Banchero drains a 2. It is now a 20-point lead for the Magic on the road, or at home. Thompson will drive. Thompson will lay it up, and it won't go. And the Magic's playoff series drought is looking like it will end. Banchero puts up a shot. He's fouled. 1:05 to go in the half, and he's heading to the free throw line. The Pistons are about to be down double or more than double digits. I mean, I don't know what the game plan was going into this game, But the Pistons seem like they're completely out of it. The body language, the effort, it's completely different than what we saw in Game 5, where they just couldn't. They were refusing to go down. This game, however, it looks a lot of what this series has looked like as a whole. A complete and total lack of effort as Boncaro hits the first free throw to make it 59-38. Jalen Suggs checks in. De Silva heads the bench. I mean, again, it's as if the loss of Franz Wagner is having absolutely no effect on the game. Jaden Akins. Is Jaden Akins, isn't he in the G League? 60-38 Orlando. I mean, it is really, is frankly just quite pitiful. Not even Cade Cunningham's having that great of a game. He's in single digits right now. Puts up a 2. It does not go. Duren on the rebound. Duren gets it out, but there's whistles, and he stepped out of bounds. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say I don't know what to say that hasn't already been said. .43 seconds to go in the half. Pistons will need a miracle in this second half if they want to have a chance at winning it. Here's a 3, and he airmails it right to Asar Thompson. And that ball is swiped away by Jalen Suggs. But they're going to say he stepped out, and it'll be turned over by Orlando. Suggs arguing his case. Let it be known the Pistons were winning this game at the end of the first quarter. They are now down by over 20. That's just not good enough. So wait, what happened? He didn't step out of bounds. I don't know what. I missed it. Did he step out of bounds? Didn't look like it. Cunningham has the ball at the logo. Cunningham. Looking for something. Whistle is blown, a foul called. Desmond Bain called for it. Robinson trying to inbound it. He just heaves it up and throws it out of bounds. I mean, what in the world? Nobody was even really in the vicinity. JB Bickerstaff is staring down the barrel of another first-round exit, and his team is given such a lack of effort on the little things in this second quarter. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Crowd on their feet in Orlando. They want one more. Boncaro, 3, 2. Boncaro lost it. Throws it out to Bain for a 3. It won't go. So at the half, Orlando's got a 22-point lead. It is 60-38 as the Pistons scored just 10 points, or 12 points, excuse me, in the second quarter. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. I don't even know what to say to this. They look terrible, man. They're about to lose to an 8 seed in 6 games on the road. Nothing short of a miracle, man. Nothing short of a miracle is going to get them back in this game. Meanwhile, the Tigers have the bases loaded with 2 outs. They're down 4. Tying run at the plate. I mean, even if you do a 10-0 run, you're still down 12. There's a base hit from Perez. Okay. And they're going to try to score 2, and they do. Look at that. Tigers cut the lead in half on a Wenzel Perez single. It's 4-2 Rangers. Yeah, I mean, again, if you get 9 to 10 stops, most you can get on that, I guess it'd be 30 points, right? If you hit nothing but threes, but you're not going to do that. So that, I mean, obviously, if you do that, you'd have the lead. But, you know, you get 10 stops, you're more realistically only going to get 20 points, which, granted, would bring you to within a 20 or 2-point game. But that's the most, right? Realistically, you're probably only going to get like 12 or 13, which is going to get you into single digits, but not into range where you can now take the lead. I mean, you're up. You're down 22, man. Number one. I mean, look at this. The Bleacher Report alert. Number 1 Pistons on fraud watch heading into halftime. Detroit scores 12 in the second quarter. And you're going to have to basically live with this label for the entirety of the rest of the postseason and then into the offseason up until next year. You go out and you win 60 games, you might not win a playoff series. And you just stop and think at all the missed opportunities in this series alone. You know, game 3, you tie it up. What happens? You die. Then game 4, you play like garbage most of the game. You never manage to come back. That's 2 games that you blew. That could be the difference here between you going out and not winning the series and you having another chance to win at the next game. I mean, they were shooting like crazy. Basically, you need that to even out in the second half, but I just don't see it happening because this is just the way that it's gone this series. And now this is the biggest deficit I think they've had all series at the half. 22 points. It's unreal. There's a base hit for Detroit. That's going to score another run. Tigers now down just 1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. How you lead with the base hit. You know, the one thing that you would have translated into the postseason was the defense. And what this postseason has shown me that while in part the defense traveled, the lack of scoring became not only, you know, a factor, it became the main factor. I mean, you had all those offensive rebounds. That's another thing. Your defense is so good that you're giving up offensive rebounds to the third string centers. And again, the Pistons have yet to win back-to-back playoff games in over a decade. You know, even counting the last 2 seasons of playoff runs, they never won back-to-back games. Blake Griffin just so disappointed that his former team is. I mean, look at Udonis Haslem. He's shaking his head. Look, Asar Thompson, 4 points. Like we're about to have, you know, what's the name of that we're about to be in the RDC World skit, man. You know, like Cade's about, RDC World's about to post the skit with Cade trying to get his way out of Detroit. The way that they're just giving him these awful teams. I mean, yeah, it's roster, it's coaching, it's like, it's everything. I've never seen a team go into the postseason and just completely lose the identity that had gotten them there. I mean, if they would have lost games because, they weren't, they were in offensive shootouts or it was low scoring and it came down to the wire every game, I could accept that. But, you're getting dominated in the paint. You're getting dominated on rebounds. You're getting out defense. You're getting out bullied. Like, everything that was a strength of Detroit's in the regular season is now like a weakness. Obviously, the offense was already not a strong point for Detroit. That much we knew. But now the only thing the season is going to be known for is that it's the only 60-win Pistons team that didn't make it to at least the Eastern Conference Finals. You got two other teams that won 60 games. One of them won the NBA championship, and the other made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. And now this team is on the brink of not even making it out of the postseason and not winning a single game on the road. No, we don't. We don't deserve to win anything. But at the same time, it's like, this is the thing that gets me, is that it's not like, okay, we're playing a really good team. It's not like we're doing this against Boston or even against Cleveland. We're doing it against Orlando. This team was in the play-in tournament. Like, come on, man. This isn't like you got to be better than this team. You lose to the Knicks last year, you can live with it. You were an underdog to begin with. This is an underdog story in reverse. This is what you thought you were going to do to the Knicks last year, is what the Magic are doing to you. That's what's so brutal about it. Your season's going to end on the exact same day to the year, to the date. Like, literally. You're down. Like, last year, the final game of the year was May the 1st. This year, your final game very well may be May the 1st. You made zero progress. And in fact, you might have gone backwards. Obviously, the regular season is a success. 60 wins is a success, but if this is what it translates to in the postseason, you can keep it. You're not going to put up a banner for 60 wins. It's only going to go down in history as this anomaly where a team that won 60 games completely collapsed in the postseason. Even in the play-in era, only one team has advanced past the 8th seed, or has advanced as the 8th seed. It was Miami a few years ago. So unless this Orlando team just goes on a miraculous run to the finals, you feel like you basically got pants on national television or streaming, I guess in this case. Look, there's former Piston Luke Kennard. Is Larry Brown available? No. Look, it's a little bit of everything. You need better players, and you need your coach to do better. You need your coach to utilize the strengths of the team. I think JB, I'm losing it a little bit. You can't, as a 1 seed, lose to an 8 seed and not expect to be on the hot seat. They're gonna have to win fans back in the offseason. And I know I'm already talking about the offseason. He's got a whole second half to play. The game could flip like that, but it is very unlikely. You're down 22 in the postseason. Normally those teams don't come back and win. They might come back and make it closer, but they usually don't come back and win. Because even if you do win this game, you got to go all the way back to Detroit, and you got to do it all over again. And look, the team that made the big splashy move, they went out and traded all those picks for Desmond Bane. They're about to knock you out of the playoffs. After all of that, this team's about to knock you out of the playoffs. And speaking of, the Toronto Raptors are up 5 on the Cavaliers at home, trying to force a Game 7 of their own. Yeah, your two best players are not playing well. Cade's not playing well. Duren hasn't played well all series. The only thing you say about Duren in the first half is that he led the team in rebounds. He was good on the boards, I guess. Just in terms of the numbers, not necessarily that he was making good plays. JB better be ripping them something. He better be firing them up. What can't happen is they can't come out quiet and dead in the second half. That's just not the identity of the team. Trade up to get Yaxel. See, I don't I would not that I wouldn't want them to make sure if they trade up and do that, but I want a player who's actually played, I don't know that I want a Yaxel Lendenberg as a risk in a way, because it's okay, well, he did it in college, doesn't mean he can do it in the pros. Could be a very good prospect, but I need somebody who's a shooting threat. And I don't think Yaxel is really that much of a shooting threat. I don't. You need somebody to be able to space the floor. Duncan Robinson hadn't been able to do it. Just you need an established guy. And a guy who's been able to do it in the postseason at that. Now, look, I'll give Trajan Langdon some credit in as much as he didn't go all in on this team, which might have been the right move given how they're playing in the postseason. And he did make a point of saying he wants to see how they perform in the playoffs, and that will evaluate how he attacks the postseason. Something along those lines. Now that we've seen how they're playing in the postseason, that has to tell me that means he's going to make something happen. It's not going to be that your moves are Karis LeVert and Duncan Robinson. As much as I like the Duncan Robinson move throughout the season, it is not panned out in the postseason. And it's he was attacked in the postseason, and I said everything I need to say, I guess. I need a massage. Anyone want to massage my neck? Anyone want to do that for me? What players would I not trade? Cade. I mean, literally everybody else. I don't maybe I I think given the amount I'd like to see them improve this roster, I don't think I really have much of a case to make that any of these players deserve to stay. It's a nice double play by the Tigers. Ron Holland is in the shoot around. I don't really know why. Based on the way that they play Ron Holland, he has to get traded in the offseason. If you're not going to play him in the postseason, you got to trade him. He has no role with Asar Thompson on the team. And frankly, I wouldn't mind trading both of them. As crazy, I mean, I would say go and try to trade for Devin Booker, but I I don't think he's actually getting traded. And the owner even said they aren't interested in trading him. Inbound goes to Jamal Cain. So after all of that, the Magic are starting with the ball. Carter hands it off to, no, he keeps it. Now he throws it over to Suggs. Now over to Bane. Desmond Bane puts up a shot. It rolls off. No good. Thompson trying to move quickly here. Thompson puts up a shot. It won't go. I mean, like you can't have that kind of a player. I'm sorry. You can't have a player like Asar Thompson who can drive to the basket and cannot make his own basket. Duncan Robinson just got called for a foul as well. Of those guys, probably Trey Murphy intrigues me the most. Lowry, I don't really know. I get like Lowry would be good, but I don't know that. I don't know what Utah's doing. Like I don't know if they're tanking. I don't know. Like they traded for Jaren Jackson, so my thought is I think they just wanted to tank this year. As Bane lays it up and in. Like at this point, I don't even know if I should be calling the game, guys. Like we might just talk about the team and the season at this point as Cade turns the ball over. Yeah, well, Zing Dad, it's the Pistons are just getting outplayed entirely. That's also true. Neither of them have any postseason experience. So while they are a bigger name, they don't have the big game performance. I mean, like we don't want to run into another situation of a Jalen Duren situation where you can perform in the regular season, but you can't perform in the post. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't like. I gotta tell you, I've done this show now for what 3 years? I think at this point, when I started, the Pistons were terrible. They were like a non-factor. They were losing the lottery. They were losing like 100 games in a row. As the stream just freezes here. I have no idea what's going on. I still hear the audio, but the stream is frozen. I don't know what's going on. What is going on? I hear the audio, but the broadcast is frozen. Okay, let's try backing out and going back in. Watch live broadcast. Okay, now we're back. It's an evaluation year. Yeah, we consider it evaluated. Like if this is an evaluation year, I've evaluated that the team wasn't very good and you didn't make much of an improvement. I mean, like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you can't say that they obviously got better in as much as they won more games in the regular season. It's like, what do you even like? In a way, it's like it's hard to really evaluate because you look at the regular season, you're like, okay, well, this team was top in most of the defensive stats. They weren't good offensively, but then they just completely implode. So then you're like, okay, well, does that mean like we got to just tear it all down? Maybe. I don't know. Like it could have just been a terrible matchup. That's possible, but like the one thing that I know for sure is you have to address the scoring. Like you have to get better offensively. You cannot roll out a team with two players who are just non-scorers. Asar Thompson, for his entire existence of playing basketball, is a non-scorer. And I will live and die by this belief. You cannot win with these G League hyper athlete non-scoring players who never played a game of college ball or foreign professional ball. I know some people don't like to hear that, but it's true. There's a reason the Rockets moved on from Jalen Green because he's not a winning player. Asar Thompson is not a winning player. Amen Thompson is not a winning player. They can't score. I mean, in Jalen Green's case, he can score, but Amen can't score. Or Asar can't score. Ron Holland cannot score. There's no reason to have these guys on your team. And I'm going to even say, when they drafted Ron Holland, I told you, I said, look, I don't like taking the G League kind. I don't like taking these G League players. And he didn't really seem all that different to me than Asar Thompson. And the fact that he's not playing in this game, in the playoffs, tells me everything I need to know. It's Dylan Brooks. Well, they have Devin Booker too, but heck, in a way, I might take Dylan Brooks over Asar Thompson. He at least can score. He had a career year this year. I think you have to package together Ron Holland, Asar Thompson, because they're just the same player and they're useless for you. They're just, frankly, I'm not trying to be mean. It's just like he doesn't help you get better. Neither of these guys help you get better. Obviously, you could certainly say that with Ron Holland because he's not playing in the postseason. He's not playing in the most important game of the year. Elimination game 6, chance to go to game 7. He's not playing. Like, you need somebody who could score. Here's the thing. Philly found VJ Edgecombe as their secondary guy with Tyrese Maxey. And then obviously Joel Embiid is Joel Embiid. You got to find that guy. VJ Edgecombe was a draft player, which, maybe you find the guy in the draft. I don't know. Probably not, though. You're going to be picking 21st. You're taking where the Minnesota pick was. You need a guy who can take the slack off of Cade and is not a black hole, right? That's why I'm not a huge fan of Michael Porter Jr. As much as people might get excited for it, I think he's too much of a black hole offensively. And I don't really know if I want that. But again, I'd rather him taking shots than Ron Holland or Asar Thompson, obviously. Was the guy playing tennis by himself? It'd be so funny because I hate Austin Reeves. I think he's very overrated. I know I'm definitely in the minority in that. A lot of people really like him. I don't. Not a huge fan of his. But would I take him over Asar Thompson? I would. I would. I'd definitely take him over Thompson. Because I think Tobias Harris, I'm fine if you bring him back. He's obviously an effective player for you, and he played fairly well in the postseason. But the Thompson experience, I think, is done. I have no, and he just got his shot blocked. I have no interest in running it back with Thompson. And if I am running it back with Jalen Duren, it's not on a max deal. Maybe a sign and trade. That could work. He can. Austin Reeves can score. I agree with that. I mean, see, like right there, wide open three. You have to hit that shot. And then another missed shot. And just, yeah. I mean, I guess if I could say anything positive is that the offseason could be interesting. But look, you do have to take a serious look as well at JB Bickerstaff. I mean, it is a little absurd that you as a coach, as the 1 seed, can't even beat an 8 seed in the postseason, really? Against a coach who's over in, eliminate in games to put out to win the series. I just don't get it, like how do you, he's probably not going to get fired. I'd be shocked if he's fired. The game is not over. Maybe not technically, Zingdad. Jamal Mosley, who, by the way, was also on the hot seat for much of this season. And now he's completely flipped his favor in Orlando because he's about to end their postseason series drought. The East isn't going to get much easier. You need the Pascal Siakam to Tyrese Halliburton for Cade. Who is that player? Maybe it is Trey Murphy. Maybe it is, what's his name? Miles Turner out in Milwaukee. I don't know, man. But you got to find that guy. Because Jalen Duren is a good lob threat. Jalen Duren at his best is DeAndre Jordan. But DeAndre Jordan by himself with Chris Paul is not anything. You can see it from the Lob City Clippers. It's fun in the regular season, but it doesn't work in the postseason. You need to be able to have some shooters. You need to be able to have some guys who can actually create their own shot. If you have 2 guys who can create their own shot, you change the entire feeling of the team offensively. I mean, look, it feels like a run here, but they're still down 14 in the third quarter. I'll tell you this. If the Pistons can get it to within 5, then I'll get back to focusing on the game. Yeah, they got a DFA Jack Flaherty. I agree with you there. They might not be able to DFA him right now, Zingdad, but soon as either, I was going to say Cabrera, Verlander comes back. If he comes back and he's pitching well, you got to move him out of his role. Like, you got to move him out of the bullpen, which I don't even know if I'd love that, or move him out of the team. Meanwhile, Tigers down 1, runner at third. Riley Green is at the plate. That's a broken bat, and he's safe. Look at that. Tigers tie it up. Riley Green on a sacrifice RBI. It's 4-4. Tigers have clawed all the way back, despite Jack Flaherty's terrible start. Tigers have roared their way back. But yeah, reality is Pistons need that secondary guy. I think the Pascal Siakam to Tyrese Halliburton for Cade, that's what we're looking for. You need that player. If you want to go on a real run, because right now, the Pistons are down 10 now. They were down 22. So you're certainly, if you're Orlando, you might be getting a little nervous, but you're still going to need it. You're still up double digits. So anyway, when is Melton back? MSU Detroit fan, if he's still here, didn't you say he was doing a rehab start in low A? I don't know if he's still here. But Jeez. If Cade would have hit that 3, then maybe I would have gotten back into the game, but he airmailed that ball, man. But I want to see I mean, look, I hate the cliche of a big splash move. What I want is a big off season. I don't want one particular move. I want a move that makes it interesting, you know? Just like something that really puts a kick into this team that says, "Oh, okay, this is now a much different team than it was before." How's that not a foul? That's crazy. Wow. Man, the effort there from Duran. Does it not? Like, do they have to have the DraftKings ad as soon as they go on commercial? How much money does the league doesn't make any money off? Well, I guess they make money off the sponsorships, off the commercials and everything. But like, they don't make money off people betting necessarily. At least not directly, right? I mean, that's the other thing in this series is the fast breaks, man. You don't have a guy who can finish those. Like, Thompson can't score. Like, even when it's just like a layup, he can't do it. I remember when he got drafted, one of the jokes was like, if you fuse together Asar and Amen, you might have a good basketball player. Like, here's the thing, all right? Because what people will say is, well, you know, Dennis Rodman wasn't that great of a scorer, or Ben Wallace. First of all, they were much better than Asar Thompson was. Maybe Ben Wallace was closer, but they were at least more capable. Ben Wallace was a multiple-time defensive player of the year. He's probably the best defensive player in the Pistons history. And he might be one of the best defensive players in NBA history. And as far as Dennis Rodman goes, he's a Hall of, well, I guess so is Ben Wallace, but he's a Hall of Famer. Like, and Dennis Rodman did have an ability to score, at least somewhat. Like, he wasn't as bad as Asar Thompson was. He just wasn't. And he wasn't even a starter for I think he came off the bench initially, if memory serves me. Now, granted, we're talking 30 plus years ago, so are we really? I mean, let's forget a little bit about Dennis Rodman for a second. All right, I need the Boozer twins out of my sight. Every time I see them, I just am reminded of that awful turnover. Surprised the Tigers didn't turn a double play there. Maybe I just missed something. Denny? Who's Denny? That's a nice play at third base. Look at that. But now the Rangers have man on second with 2 outs, all tied up. How you Lee made the play. Denny Advija. Advija. All right. Still down 10, so my rule was if they make it within 5, then I'll get back into the game. Yeah, there's a nice miss. Seriously, man. At this point, I'm just going to watch the Tigers game. Like, that was working a lot better for me. But, you know, who do you guys want the Pistons to trade in the offseason? Let me know. Let me know. Who do you guys want the Pistons to trade? Who's the guy you want gone? Because I think we all have somebody. I've mentioned Thompson and Holland. Those are 2 guys. One or both of those guys needs to be traded. You'd probably prefer Holland because at least Thompson gave you minutes in the postseason. That was a terrible shot by Jenkins. Hit the side of the backboard, man. Come on, dude. Dennis Jenkins' Linsanity run is going to go down in history. But you just paid him. That's the problem. Look at that. As quickly as you got it to 10, it's right back to 16. That's crazy, dude. See, you know what? That's the difference. When the Pistons take a timeout or when the Magic take a timeout, it's night and day. The Magic come back and they like turn it on. Detroit, they stop playing. They just completely fall apart. Unreal, dude. Jalen Duren's exiting the game? What happened? Maybe that will be the... If we win this game because Jalen Duren went out, I don't even know if I want to extend him. Man. I mean, you know, I'm not mad at people for it. I'm not going to argue with you. I think he has some role, but yeah, like... You don't want Andre Drummond 2.0. And what I think a lot of people thought was that this was not going to be Andre Drummond. But it's really feeling like it. Yeah, right. Hartenstein is probably not probably, is way better than Jalen Duren, at least in the postseason. And the other thing, too, obviously the three-point shooting is the biggest indicator of this team's lack of scoring. But you see just how important that is with this game. You know, the Pistons got it to within 10, right? And then what happened? Orlando hits 2 threes, and you're right back where you started. That's huge, man. I mean, like, you can't recreate that with, lob passes and slam dunks and, all that. Like, it's not. I don't love it. I don't love having to just chuck up a bunch of threes, but, like, look, you need guys who can do that. You can't just ignore the reality of what the NBA is, which is that you need those scorers, those 3-point specialists who don't play defense. All they do is put up threes. Like, you're going to need, I don't know. What's the name out of the guy from Boston? What's his name? The white guy. What is his name? What is his name? I am blanking out. Also, want to know what I've noticed too about this game? Isaiah Stewart has been non-existent. Like, what? Again, like, what is the thought process here? I understand Duran's down, but, like, you were not putting in anybody. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they haven't even been good at what they were good at in the regular season this series. They haven't even been good at hitting in the rim. I think we've seen like 1 or 2 lob passes. They've gotten like they've been very not good in the paint. JB having some delays on the head.
Is the man retarded?
It's a question. Just asking the question. Yeah, Toronto's definitely going for that game 7, man. Every other team can go for a game 7 except us, I guess. Like, like, anyway, I guess I expected to be like more upset if we were to lose today, but I think I pretty much had the most upset on Monday. I think that was when I was at my peak of like just disappointment. Like, now I'm kind of over it. That was like where much of my angst was there. Give me Scotty Barnes. I wouldn't mind the move, but I don't know if Toronto is going to want to move on from him. Again, like, Scotty Barnes would feel like a Pascal Siakam. And it's kind of funny because they played together. Yeah, like, game 1 was upsetting. Game 4 was infuriating. That game I was mad at. But this game, I'm just like, well, yeah. Like, I'm disappointed because you should have played better with the Magic down one of their starters, but you just didn't, like. Yeah. Well, now it's a single-digit game, at least. But, again, I told you. You got to get it to within 5 for me to be interested. Get it to within 5, and I'll be interested. I thought that was beef stew, but no, it was Dennis Jenkins. The other thing I didn't really like about this series is the closeout possessions. Like, we never like had a possession where we got a basket with the final seconds. Like, I'm not saying that that's easy, but it's like, come on, man. Like, I mean, why is Paul Reed shooting threes? Like, what is the point? Why would you that is everything that's wrong with the coaching and with the roster. You have Desmond Bain. I wish you had Desmond Bain shooting threes. But you had Paul Reed putting up threes. Paul Reed put up 2-3. Like, he has no business shooting from deep. No business. So now down 9 going into the final quarter in a have-to-have-it game. I mean, hey, look, if we win, we'll be right back here. All right. Tigers are tied. They got the leading run at third with 2 outs. Gleyber Torres has a 3-0 count. And he smacks one into deep right center field, but it is caught on the run. I mean, I'd be happy. I'd be happy if we managed to come back from 22 down at the half. That'd be pretty crazy. But you know, you have to go out and win Game 7. Why is Russell Westbrook in a commercial about basketball in the year of our Lord 2026? They got him in a Lexus commercial, dude. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, we need that second option. And yeah, obviously a backup point guard is, you know, definitely a main consideration. It's like, in a way, I kind of feel like we're in a very similar spot to where we were last year, which is we need to go out and find some scoring. And look, I was happy about Duncan Robinson, and I think it worked out, at least in the regular season, but like his postseason play is not there. And now I think the difference right now in the way that this offseason is going to be evaluated by many Pistons fans, myself included, is you're going to be looking at postseason. You're going to be looking at how these guys perform in clutch spots. Whoever they bring in, you're going to say, okay, how does this guy perform in those big moments if we have a big enough sample size? Now, if we're talking 2 games, or, well, if you got 2 games, that's not good. If we're talking 4 games, one series, you could try to evaluate as much as you can, but we largely shouldn't even be looking for those kinds of players. Yeah. I mean, look at this. Cunningham and Banchero both not scoring a whole lot. Cunningham's just got 13 points, and Banchero's matched him with 13. I don't know what that was. I think that was probably my. Hold on. I'll be right back. Let me just make sure. Was that my body wash? Body wash. My body wash just. That's an offensive rebound you can't give up. That's a nice rebound though. Move on from Herter. Yeah, I mean, I still don't mind the trade because I think it works out for you more so in the long run because you weren't going to bring back Ivy and you got a pick exchange from Minnesota, so you got a better pick this year. I think it was a good trade, but Kevin Huerter obviously hasn't done much for you in terms of postseason success. He played I think he played like 5 minutes total in the postseason. So, yeah. Whoa. Okay, wait a minute, guys. I said if it was within 5, I'd be back in, and we're at 5, and Cade just hit an and one. Off the glass. All right, well, hold on now, guys. I told y'all if it was within 5, I'd be back to calling it. So, all right, I guess I'm back into it. Still got some ways to go. Cade missed the free throw. Okay, so much for the 3-point play. Boncaro crossing midcourt. Now at the logo. Just starting the fourth quarter. Pistons are now down 5. They were down as much as 24. Carter in the paint trying to make it work. Carter doesn't get it, but he is fouled. Or no. Or did they call a foul on Reed? Yeah, they did call a foul on Reed. Yeah, you need to hit that free throw, but now Wendell Carter's at the free throw line. Okay. If they go up, I told y'all, they got to keep it within 5. So if he misses these free throws, we'll still be in it. But if he hits one of them, we're back to it's Jover. And he missed it. All right. Still within 5. Tigers need to get a double play here. Come on, Huerter. I hardly know her. Am I right? Yeah, well, he made it. So we're back to a 6-point game. Okay. Well, we're right back where we were. Just see if we can make it interesting. And Jenkins nearly turned it over, but Suggs kicked it out of bounds. Oh, look at that. Strikeout for Huerter. It's a nice pitch. Toronto's up 10 at the half. They're trying to stay alive, too. There you go. Nice shot, Cade. All right, we're back in it, boys. It's a 4-point game. Right back at a 4-point game. All right. De Silva fighting for it. Loses it. Jenkins has it. Here come the Pistons. Dennis Jenkins into the paint. Throws it over to Javante. Throws it back to Jenkins for a 3-ball. No good. Boncaro gets the board. 10 minutes to go. Pistons are down 4. They have not led for much of the second half. They started the second half with a 1-point. They were down double digits. What am I talking about? I haven't been paying attention to the game, have I? They've been down as much as 22. They're down just 4 now, but still a ways to go. Into Wendell. Back over to Paolo. Paolo driving. Paolo out to Suggs. Suggs forcing into the paint. Suggs off the glass. Won't go. Duren with the rebound. Or no, I'm sorry, not Duren. Paul Reed. Duren's not in the game. Duren went back to the locker room. Don't know what his deal is, but Cade with a jumper for 2. It won't go, and the rebound ends up with Paul Reed. But they're going to call a foul on Detroit. Okay. Asar Thompson called for the foul. I mean, like, seriously, can we please Like, we get it so close. We get so close. Can we just go on it? Can we just keep it up? For Pete's sake. Boncaro off the glass. It won't go. Neither team able to score here for much of the second half. Very low scoring. Robinson has it. Robinson whistle. Okay. Somebody call the timeout. Now, I already said earlier in this game. Yeah, right, exactly. We're going to timeout, which means, is this where the Magic just go on like a run and hit 3 straight threes and we're right back in the hole? We have to come out of this timeout now. This is our, I don't want to say it's our last chance, but it may as well be our last chance to get back into this game. I don't mind it because we had been. Did we though? We were missing shots. They were missing shots too, to be fair, but it was ugly. I think you needed something. You needed to get something going. Is it Polish? Like Polish night and Tiger Gang? They're showing some polka dancing. Oh, Tyler Alexander, former Tiger, playing for the Rangers. Todd the Painter. Huh. I can't believe Tyler Alexander still found his way in the league. He was a starter for us for a point. Those were dark days. Those were dark days. That's, I said, look, if we manage to win this game and it's with B-Ball Paul in, then there's no way Jalen Duren's starting in Game 7. I'm sorry. There's just no way. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Isaiah Stewart. He's seen no minutes. I don't know if if there's something lingering, some sort of injury, but I don't think there's been any report about that. I don't think I think he's just on the bench. I don't know what. You can't have Paul Reed out there the entire time. You're gonna have to bring in Isaiah Stewart. I think he needed to cool off. But the thing is, you can't just keep a guy on your bench for the entire rest of the game in an elimination game. You got, if he's contributing, if you need playing time, you need to use your guys. Yeah, that's what Duren went up back to the locker room. They were taping up something with his hand. Oh, wow. A diving catch in right field off the bat of Kerry Carpenter. That's a crazy play by Texas, man. Robinson back over to Cade. Cade's got it. Pistons down 4. Less than 9 minutes to play in this game. 8 to shoot. Cade over to Robinson. Deep 3. No good. Rebound goes to Paul Reed. Paul Reed loses the ball to Jalen Suggs. Suggs has it. Over to De Silva. De Silva back over to Suggs. Suggs inside to Boncaro. Back over to De Silva. Layup blocked. Asar Thompson with the rebound. Boy, it has been a quiet couple minutes of scoring. Cade puts up a floater. It won't go. And the rebound being fought for, it's going to be Orlando ball. Oh my gosh. No, but there's been a cover put on the basket. Detroit has had multiple opportunities to cut it to a one-possession game. The Magic have missed 12 straight field goals as a steal. Is that Jalen Duren back out there? Was that Duren? No, that's Paul Reed, right? I think. No, that's Jalen. I think that's Duren. I think that looks like Duren. Am I crazy? Yeah, that's Jalen Duren. He's back out there. Another missed field goal from Orlando. They've missed, 13 straight field goals, and we're still down 4? Cunningham driving. Cunningham is fouled. I mean, I guess that's possible that Duren was injured and that's why his play was down, but we are now 7:53 left to go, and the Cade Cunningham's at the free throw line. Chance to make this a one-possession game if he can hit one of these free throws. And he hits the first. We are at a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. 72-69. Boy, I can't even remember the last time it was a one-possession game. Now to make it a 2-point game. And he hits it. Got it on the roll. It is 72-70. 7:50 left to play. Suggs has it. At the logo. Suggs tipped by Cade. Here come the Pistons. Cade will drive. Cade underneath. Cade puts it up. He got it. And the game is tied. 7.5 to go. An 18-1 run in almost 7 minutes. Black over to Banchero. Back over to Suggs. He tries a three. No good. Tobias has it. Pistons have a chance to take the lead for the first time since the second quarter. This is unreal. Cunningham trying to find a lane. He's got 10 to shoot. Over to Green. Over to Harris. Harris puts it up, and he's fouled. Jalen Suggs called for the contact, and Tobias Harris will head to the free throw line for a chance to give the Pistons their first lead since the start of the second quarter. This is unreal, man. We were down by 24, Iraqi gamer. We were down by 24, 22 at the half. And now is 7:02 to go. The Pistons have a chance to go up. Tobias Harris at the free throw line. Got it. Pistons have taken the first lead since 26-25 at the beginning of the second quarter. Chance to go up 2 now with this free throw. Got it. 74-72 with 7 minutes left to play. Suggs over to Banchero. Banchero over to a three. No good. There is a cover on the net for the Orlando Magic. Cunningham will drive. Cunningham to the paint. Cunningham puts it up. It won't go. It's rebounded by Suggs on the block. Banchero has it. Banchero throws it to Carter. Carter hands it to Bane. Bane with a three for the lead. No good. But the rebound goes to Suggs. Anthony Black's got it. Back over to Bane. He thought about another three. He won't take it. Now he will take it. No good off the rim. And this rebound will go to Duncan Robinson. Oh my goodness. 17 consecutive missed field goals. The Magic are 0 for 10 in this quarter alone. And a foul was called on the Magic. 17 missed field goals is why the Pistons now have a 2-point lead after being down by 24 points. This is unreal. Meanwhile, the Tigers just gave up the tie. It's now 5-4 Texas in the top of the eighth on an RBI double. Yeah, I mean, there's still a lot of time left. So the Pistons have to keep it up offensively. Can't take your foot off the gas, man. You've managed to roar all the way back, but you got to finish this job. Yeah, that's my concern too. As exciting as this comeback has been, there's still far too much time. But you're going to have to hit your free throws. That's the other thing. Magic are going to be, if you're going to be driving to the basket, you got to be drawing fouls and you got to hit these free throws, man. Especially with their ability to hit threes, you got to get points where you can get them.
Hey guys, apples with peanut butter? Awesome. AT&T Wireless and home internet. Hey, text me if you need anything. Love cooking it. AT&T Wireless and home internet. Now available across the nation. No, she's so nice. Experience thrills, chaos, all come down to this.
We just need baskets, man. We just need points. Doesn't need to be a three. Just need to see the bottom of the net, man. I'm not going to be picky about it. Tigers going into the bottom of the eighth, down a run, 5-4. If they're going to shoot them, they got to make them. That's all I'll say about that. But there's still a lot of time left in this game. Cade Cunningham at the free throw line. You got to hit these free throws. We already talked about it. 6:04 to go. Pistons are up 2. Trying to stay alive for a game 7. Cunningham gets the first one on the roll. Wow. Oh, man, they are not coming easy. But they all look like swishes on a box score. Second free throw is up, and he got it. A 4-point lead for Detroit, their largest lead in quite a long time. I think it is their largest lead of the night. 17 straight missed field goals. Here's number 18. It will be missed. And Cunningham got fouled. 18 missed field goals for the Orlando Magic. Somebody put a cover on the basket. This is absolutely insanity. Cunningham at the free throw line once again. Shot is up, and it's good. 5-point lead for Detroit now. The Magic have yet to make a basket in this quarter. And the second free throw is good. It is 78-72. 5:50 to go. 6-point lead for the Pistons. Anthony Black at the logo. Black nearly lost it, came away with it, gets it over to Paolo. Boncaro in the paint, puts up a jumper for two. It won't go. I mean, what is happening to the Orlando Magic? They can't make a shot for their life. Right now, they couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat. Duncan into Harris. Harris with Suggs on him. Harris, fadeaway jumper. It's good. 8-point lead for Detroit. Uncle T making it happen. 80-72. Suggs has the ball, nearly trips. Pass it out to Paolo. 5 minutes to go. Or no, that's Anthony Black. Black now over to Paolo. Paolo will drive. Paolo off the glass. It won't go. And the second shot finally lands. And the Magic. Or did they not count it? Was there there must have been a foul beforehand. So I don't think they count the shot. They didn't update the scoreboard. So Paolo was fouled, so it's still no field goals for the Magic in this quarter. But Paolo finally ends the bleeding with a free throw. Wow. The fact that the first points of this quarter for the Magic are the result of a result of a foul says a lot, but this game is still far from over. It's a 6-point lead for Detroit. Harris over to Robinson. Robinson with press defense chucks it out to Thompson, who catches it, avoids a turnover. That's crisis averted. Cade now has it. Cade with Black on him. Cade will bounce pass over to Thompson. A wide open three. He missed it. That is not your shot, son. 4.5 minutes to go. Suggs trying a three. It won't go. Off-ball foul. Jalen Duren called for it. I don't know why Asar Thompson was tasked with shooting a three when it's a 6-point game. But you got to finish this out. You used all that effort to come back. You can't give it up with these fouls. Carter is at the free throw line. Trying to cut into this Pistons lead. Hits the first one. It's a 5-point game. 4:24 to go. To make it a 4-point lead, Carter Jr. at the line. He missed it, and Cade's got it. 5-point lead for Detroit with less than 4.5 minutes left to go. The Magic are 0 for 13 in field goals this quarter. Cade going to put up a three. He got it! Cunningham from deep. It's 83-75. 4 minutes to go. Suggs driving to the basket. Suggs bounce past to Carter. Oh, what a block by Thompson! What a block from Thompson, and the Pistons get fouled. Or was it a foul on Detroit? It might have been a foul on Detroit, but oh my goodness. What a block from Asar Thompson. Unbelievable. Less than 4 minutes to go. What an unreal comeback in the making. 83-75. An 8-point lead for Detroit. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that we're on the verge of winning this game 6. What an insane turn of events. I believe so. I think there was a whistle. I couldn't quite tell who the foul was on. I think it was on Orlando. Well, we're back from the break. I don't think I've ever heard of a team missing or not making a single field goal in the fourth quarter in a postseason have-to-have-it game like Orlando. I mean, like I said at the top of this, I think if the Pistons win it, they'll win the series. And I kind of feel that way even more so based on the way that the Magic have missed 21, count them, 21 straight field goals. That is absolutely unreal. If you're a Magic fan, you have to be furious with the way your team has closed out this game. Unreal. I've never seen a comeback quite like this. I've never seen anything like this. I thought Wenzel Perez just hit a home run. Never mind. Wenzel Perez just hit a fly out. Cade Cunningham is at the free throw line. His team is up 8, trying to make it double digits. Can you believe it? And he made the first one. I just realized if he makes the second one, the Pistons will be up double digits after being down 24 in the second half. Unreal. And the second shot is good. It is a double-digit lead for the Pistons, 85-75. Can you believe it? Paolo has it. Paolo with Duren on him. Paolo forcing his way, then gives it to Suggs. Back over to Paolo for a 3-ball. It won't go. 22 missed field goals in a row. I've never seen anything like this, fellas. Cunningham with Batase on him. Cunningham into Tobias. Tobias back over to Asar. Asar over to Duncan. Duncan puts up a 3. Got it! Oh my! Duncan Robinson with a potential dagger with 3 minutes to go. The Pistons are up 13. And the mass exodus appears to be beginning in Orlando, Florida. Oh my goodness. What a game. What a moment for this Pistons team. They are minutes away from extending this series to a game 7 in Detroit on Sunday afternoon. I've never seen a game like this in my entire life watching Pistons basketball. A 22-point lead at the half is now a 13-point lead for the Pistons. At home, 1 win away from your first playoff series win in 16 years. And Paolo Banchero with 15 points, shooting 3 for 18. A nightmare game from the former number 1 overall pick. He's missed as many shots as he has points in the game. You wonder how many less points he would have if there were no free throws. But here we go. We still got time left. Suggs with the ball, inbounding it. Suggs trying to just get a basket. Puts up a 3. It won't go. And it goes out of bounds. And now the Boo Birds are out in Orlando. At this point, I don't know if they're going to make another shot for the rest of the game. I'm being serious. 3 points in the quarter. None of them off a field goal. As there is a mass exodus of Magic fans, you can see them walking out. They know that their team is dead. Harris with the ball. Anthony Black on him. Harris puts up a floater. It won't go, but he's fouled. 2:34 to go. Tobias, Uncle T, heading to the free throw line. I have no words. None. Literally no words. Harris hits the first. It's a 14-point lead. That poor kid, as there is the exodus of Magic faithful from the Kia Center. Tobias misses the second free throw. Jalen Suggs with the rebound. 23 straight missed field goals for the Magic. At this point, you just want to see one of them go down. And finally, Paolo Banchero ends it. The 23 straight field goals missed ends with a Banchero dunk. Just his fourth field goal of the night. Harris trying to get it up midcourt, and he nearly lost it, but he's fouled. Jalen Suggs. You got to imagine the frustration is mounting for Orlando. Look at Franz Wagner watching on, and his team unable to get the job done. Tobias Harris will take another couple free throws. As the exodus of fans continues, he makes the first. Lead is 17 with 2:09 to go. I got to tell you, I know I've repeated myself, but just in case people are jumping in late here, I've watched a lot of basketball games. I remember watching games as a kid. I've never seen a game like this, ever. I've never seen a game where a team up 22 at home in the playoffs puckers and misses 23 straight field goals, has one made field goal in the quarter, and there's another miss. Jalen Suggs had his shot blocked, and Tobias just trying to get it out. He does get it to Cade, who gets it right back to him. And Detroit calls a TO with 1:49 to go. Jamal Mosley is going to have to take questions after this game, and his team's complete collapse. A black hole level collapse of this team. The Pistons are on the verge of evening it up to 3 games apiece, going back to Detroit. Detroit fan. I think I said at the half the Pistons would need a miracle. I'd say 23 straight missed field goals is a miracle. Of the 300 teams to trail 3 games to 1 in NBA history, 36 have forced a Game 7, 12%. 13 have come back to win the series. That is 4%. The last team to come back down 3-1 was in 2020, the Clippers over the Nuggets. Or I think the other way around. Nuggets over the Clippers. Maybe it was the other way around. I don't know. Yeah, Denver did it to the Clippers. I think that's right. I think. Anybody who remembers that? I don't remember that. Oh, man, that stinks. I am watching the Tigers. They're, well, hold on. That's a fly ball in the deep right field, and that ball is going to bounce for a double. Okay, but there's nobody on base, so it's 2 outs. As long as you get out of this, it's not a big deal. Robinson into Jenkins. Jenkins holding on to it. He's got 10 to shoot. Getting double teamed over to Cade. Cade over to a wide open Uncle T. No good. Rebound goes to the Magic, but a whistle and a foul. A minute and 34 seconds to go from the Pistons tying up a 3-1 deficit. I could try. I mean, that would take a little. I don't know if I'd be able to put that together. I'd have to like go back and remember, okay, how did these games go? Yeah, I mean, there's. I know you're. They're gonna close this out. The time is not in Orlando's favor. Minute and a half to go. Cade's got it. Over to Robinson. He's just holding on to it. Back over to Cade as Jalen Suggs falls to the ground. Over to Tobias. 5 seconds. Dennis Jenkins back over to Harris. He's going to put up a floater, and that one's good. And that one's basically the dagger. Minute and 10 to go. Now that there was already a dagger. Suggs throws it out. De Silva will drive. Floater, no good. And is going to go out of bounds on Desmond Bane. And the Pistons have the ball with 56 and 9/10 of a second remaining. Oh man, that game 7 Mason entrance, that's going to be crazy, dude. ABC better live broadcast that. That I want to see. The 9. They call him stop sign. 35 seconds to go. Boncaro puts up a 3. No good. That's about the night for the Magic. The shot clock is still on with 17 seconds. 20 seconds left to go in this game. Cade is just going to bounce it, and the Magic have officially waved the white flag in this game. We'll wait until the shot clock violation here in 3, 2, 1. And there it is, a shot clock violation on Detroit. Will give Orlando the ball with 4.2 to go. But this game is now officially over. The Pistons have won back-to-back playoff games and have tied this series at 3 apiece. We are going back to Detroit for Game 7. They have not won a Game 7 since 2006 in the Eastern Conference semifinals. They are 5-5 in Game 7s in franchise history. And the Magic have blown a 24-point lead on national television at home. Let's listen in on Cade. Tom Gores is dabbing him up. Amazing. One of the most amazing comebacks you will ever see in professional sports. The LCA better be a freaking zoo on Sunday afternoon. If you would have told me an hour ago Pistons were going to win this game, we were like doing off-season talk. We were talking about who we got to trade for. And they came back and they won. What? Look at that win probability graph. Look at that. Look at that. Insanity. Unbelievable. A 32-point bomb. Cade had more steals in this game than assists. What? I'm at a loss right now, guys. I got nothing to say. The Pistons force a game 7, and those kids look like they'd rather be anywhere else than where they are. They're in a complete, yeah. I think Duncan Robinson is on with the radio crew. Ten rebounds for Cade, a double-double on a 30 bomb. Unfreaking real, dude. Well, I guess we'll be back on Sunday afternoon. Game 7. We will be back. It's going to be a 3:30 tip-off. So I'll see y'all there. One of the craziest live reacts I've ever done. Have a great rest of your night, and see you later. Good night. See ya.